What's up, guys? Today I'm with my buddy Chase. We're going to be putting some new Fox shocks on his Jeep Wrangler, so I'll let him tell you a little bit more about it.
Hey guys, like Cam said, we're working on my O2 TJ today. So as of now, I got a 3.5-inch Terraflex lift kit. All the shocks are blown from a little too much wheeling, so now we're about to put Fox 2.0 series on there. Alright, so I'll get more out of it.
We're just making sure that we got the fronts and backs and they didn't send us 4 fronts or something. So that's a back one, right? Yeah,
that would be the back. The wishbone shape would go on the frame side. I don't know what you would call that.
The bushing goes on the axle side, yeah.
On the axle side. And then different from the front, the wishbone, I don't even know what that would really be called, goes on the axle side. This end goes on the frame side.
All right. Shouldn't be too hard of a job. It looks like we're just gonna have to be undoing a nut up top here, and then from the axle bracket down here. I also just thought I should give you guys a nice walk around of this nicely built Jeep. My buddy Chase got this from his shop. They had it. It was really stripped down. Got it with a really good deal. Would it have like 120 something thousand on it?
Yeah, 119.
Oh my gosh. Manual, 5-speed. It's got the 2.5.
It's the only downside.
We might swap it one day. 4BT or something. Just kidding. Okay.
LS2?
Yeah, yeah. But he's done a lot to it. Had no headlights even when he got it. Got these nice LEDs. Put the stinger on it.
Like it. Fenders.
Yeah. Got some pods on here.
Yeah, had no fenders, had a tan top, chrome wheels. So I went with like a little bit more subtle look. Decided to change it out for a black top, black half door windows, black Pro Comp 15 by 8.
Those Steelies with the circle cuts, those just look the best for sure on Jeeps. They just always have on these old school TJs. It's just like the most fitting wheel to this car for sure.
Yeah, wrapped them in the Deegan 38s, 33 by 12.5 R15s.
Let's look at that tread. See, that's a nice, like, it's some big lugs, but they're really like spaced in a nice way, or it looks like the road noise wouldn't be too bad with them.
It's not terrible. Something that a lot of guys don't do on their TJ is mount this, because it's an absolute pain to run all the wiring for your tag light back here. But if you want to know more about that, we can make a video on that later.
The fancy tail lights.
Mounted the CB radio, or mounted the CB antenna, waiting to mount the CB radio next.
Got it off right now, the fire stick, because we got it in the garage, so it'll fit. It's got the 5-foot stick, but yeah, this Jeep is really nice. A nice navy blue. You don't see it too often.
The roll cage on here.
Yeah, he just installed a roll cage, if you guys can see this thing.
So this is the Smitty built add-on roll cage. It's a 7-piece roll cage. I personally really love it. I love this extra bar up here, the nice grab handles on the side, and you can tell it's got all these cross members that come in the middle, kind of go towards the back, and you got one bar all the way there in the back. But
yeah, I really like those joins right here. That looks really strong.
And with this, since it is an O2 Wrangler, I had the sound bar coming across, so I had to take that out. I ordered the 03 to 06 sound pods, and they'll fit right in here. Just
all right, cool.
A little bit of extra wiring, but they'll be
extra
good.
tip right there. All right, we're gonna show you guys a trick really quick. So
when you try to undo this top nut, what happens is it'll just spin the shaft inside the shock. Hold on. See how it spins? So what I like to do, take a pair of vice grips. I usually try to put a cloth on them just because you don't want to damage that shaft. Some guys say you don't have to. I just, better peace of mind. I'll come over there and crimp it down on there. That way when it spins, it'll hit up against this and it won't let that shaft inside spin.
Alright guys, so we ended up not using the rag because this was really tight. To keep that from turning, we just used the bare vice grips on it, but we are not really worried about damaging the shaft because it's part of the old shock. So we're gonna make sure that we keep the new ones nice and clean. But we got that top nut off now. Chase is down here. So I'm doing the bolt down here. This last bolt in the front. All right. Should free it up.
Pull that bolt out up the top.
Look at that husky. Come on, baby. Oh, here we go. I heard it break loose. I heard it. I heard it.
One side is a lot taller than me.
What?
The other side's a lot taller, higher up. So we basically just need to pull this up.
Yeah, hold this for a sec.
Is it recording?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
You
got this crap on me. Wash your Jeep.
Washed it yesterday. What are you talking about?
Hell, look at this kid too.
It's my clean hoodie.
That's why I bring extra clothes for this junk. Look at these pretty new Fox shocks. I put the first new one in. See that comparison? Old Terraflex 2002 lift kit.
Probably.
Get the new bushings on there. This thing should ride pretty good after this.
I hope so. This thing rides like dog piss.
Alright, I'm gonna time lapse you guys putting this new one in. Just holding it there so we can get the Fox symbol nice showing out because we want to advertise that. Chase and I have been talking about Fox shocks since we were like 16 years old, and we always wanted a Jeep or truck with some Fox shocks on there because you just always see in the parking lots or on the trails where dudes that have the most built beast.
And they ride good.
Yeah, but we'd see absolute like tanks, and we'd just be like, what is this? And it always had Fox shocks. So we always wanted to throw some on.
First set of mini cars to get them.
Alright, we're done with this side. It looks good. Going to the next side, same exact thing. I'm just going to time lapse it for you guys. You can see the whole process, but it's exactly the same. Alright, so to finish the front, we're started on the back. Chase is undoing the top T right here on the first one. Get in here so you can see. Yep.
Oh, those feel
Then the bottom is just that one big bolt on the axle right here. Alright, we'll speed it up for you. All right, so undid the bolts on the top T on this shock. Chase is doing that one. Then we're gonna remove the lower bolts and take them both out same time.
Same.
Same. Alright, so Chase finished putting these rear bolts on, tighten them down to approximately 3 ugga-duggas.
Somewhere on there.
So, looks good. Overall, this only took us probably like an hour of work. We were dicking around and we made it a little longer than that, but it was easy to do, so we're gonna take it for a test drive. Alright, we're taking a ride with the new shocks in.
Let's hope we tighten everything.
Yeah. My 7.3 right yonder. Right, so overall successful install. Jeep's riding good. Feels nice and suspension-y. Yeah. So it's stiff. You want it to be for off-road, and the Fox shocks are great. So don't be afraid to try this on your own at home. It's easy to do. You only need a wrench set. You need your new shocks. You don't even have to jack the front axle like we did. I had to change it on a Jeep before, so I wasn't really thinking to press them by hand first, but the shocks didn't have too much compression, so really you can just undo all the bolts, just compress the shock by hand, take it out, put the new ones in, you're good to go. So go ahead and try it. Fox shocks, what I recommend. They're kind of expensive, but Bilstein is also good if you're wanting to look into other options. But there's a whole bunch out there. Don't be afraid to try it if you need some new ones. Yours are leaking. So yeah, that concludes this install. So I'll talk to you next time, YouTube.